Hello everybody out there, how's it going? So today I thought that I would film something a little bit more fun and a little bit more lighthearted. So I'm going to do the 50 random facts about me video. I did do a 10 facts about me video a year or two ago, and so I thought that I would just elaborate on that and share a few more points. And I'm going to try to get through them, I guess, as quickly as I can, because I know it can take a bit of time to get through 50 of them. So I'm just going to jump right in. Here are 50 random facts about me. Number 1, I was named after the character Meghan from the book The Thorn Birds. My mom really liked this book and that's where she got the name from. I haven't yet read the book, although I'd really like to. My mom does still have it, so I'll have to find it and read it. Number 2, I have 2 brothers. I have an older brother and I have a younger brother. Number 3, I was born with something called hip clicks. So when I was born, the doctor, I guess, did this with my legs and my hips were clicking, and so I had to wear a special diaper thing for the first 6 months of my life that just made sure that my hips, I guess, and my legs developed properly. Everything's okay now though, my hips and my legs are fine, although sometimes they do still click and they can get a little bit sore if I bend a certain way. But I feel like in my life in general, my joints are a bit of a weakness in my body, which brings me to fact number 4. I have TMJ also in the right side of my jaw. Number 5, I have a very special connection with the number 888. It always tends to present itself to me in different ways in my life, and it's just, I don't know, it's a very special number to me. Number 6, I love seeing what people's handwriting looks like. I feel like it can tell a lot about a person. Number 7, I do not like loud noises ever since I was really little. I'm frightened really easily by loud noises, but in general also I just get startled really easily. Number 8, I've never broken a bone, but I did fracture this finger when I was younger from playing basketball with my dad. Number 9, the only serious injury that I've ever had was a concussion that I had about 5 years ago. I fainted while sitting on a chair and I fell completely backwards and smacked my head on ceramic floor and had 2 seizures immediately after. Number 10, I absolutely love vinegar and I can drink it by the spoonful. Any kind of vinegar, apple cider vinegar, white vinegar, just mustard even. Number 11, this might be a little bit weird, but I'm going to tell you guys anyway. I have what I guess you would call a texture obsession with foods that are very creamy and thick and preferably white in color. This sounds so weird. Examples include custard, rice pudding, tapioca pudding, whipped cream. Oh my god, why am I weird? Number 12, I hate being breathed on, whether it's a person that's too close to me or a dog especially, you know, the ones that can really be all up in you and they're breathing on you. It just really grosses me out. Number 13, I have never smoked a cigarette in my life. Number 14, I do not drink coffee and I never have. I've actually never even ever consumed a cup of coffee before. I've tasted coffee, but I've just never been one to drink it. And if any of you are wondering why, I would say it's because I find that I'm really sensitive to caffeine, so I tend to just avoid it. Number 15, I am 5'2", maybe a little bit under 5'2", but approximately 5'2". Number 16, I love vocabulary. I love expanding my vocabulary. I love learning new words. If anyone ever says a word that I don't know of, I always ask them to define it. I love looking up new words. Number 17, I love all things pregnancy related, childbirth related, and I have ever since I was really, really young. I've considered becoming a doula in my life before, and this might be a little bit weird, but when I was younger, my mom used to have these like pregnancy, childbirth books, and I used to love reading through them. I must have been, I don't know, maybe 7. I'm just very fascinated by the female reproductive system and the human body in general. And I'm not sure if any of you guys will remember, but there was a show, I think on TLC, this would have been like 15 years ago, called A Baby Story. They also had A Wedding Story, and that was my favorite show as a kid. I am not joking. I used to love watching A Baby Story. Number 18, I love entertaining and hosting parties. I really, really thrive off of hosting a good party. I especially love throwing themed parties. For my birthday this year, I threw a Pioneer themed birthday party and it was so much fun. I find I love making sure that the music's good and everyone's okay, everyone's got snacks, everything's good, the vibe is right. I just love it. I love entertaining. Number 19, I love driving and I always have, and I wanted to get my driver's license immediately when I turned 16. Number 20, my parents split when I was 9 years old, and as a result, partially, number 21, I have moved many times in my life. I've moved about 11 times, and I haven't lived in one house for longer than a couple of years at a time, I would say. Number 22, I love dancing, and if there's ever an opportunity to go dancing, whether it be with friends, we're out and there's a dance floor, I am on that dance floor and I am dancing all night. Number 23, I have shared this little fun fact many times in my videos, so some of you guys probably already know this, but I love all things antique and all things old time, anything that reminds me of just simpler times. I love old furniture, I love historic buildings, quilts, nightgowns, cotton underwear. Number 24, my brothers and I had quite a lot of pets growing up. We had fish, I had a rabbit, we had hamsters. We had hamsters that had babies also. I had a hamster named White Line. White Line, that's creativity right there. And in total, I have had about 11 cats throughout my entire life. I love cats so much, and I will have them until the day I die. Number 25, I am 25 years old. Number 26, one of my biggest pet peeves, this is maybe a little strange, is when I'm in the car with someone and they have the windshield wipers on when it's not raining enough. I cannot take this. I can't handle it. Windshield wipers on dry windshields. And some people, I notice, they don't even notice that they still have them on. Like, I feel like, at least when I'm driving, I am very particular about the usage of my windshield wipers. Like, only when needed are they ever on. Number 27, I have had a few piercings in my life. I had my belly button pierced when I was younger, and that one actually, my body rejected it, so I have a scar on my belly button. I had my nose pierced a couple of times, and now I just have this little gold ring. I do have my ears pierced here too, but I don't really wear earrings. Number 28, I do not have any tattoos. However, I think one day I would like to get a tattoo, and if I do, it will probably be a design that is going to incorporate 888, I think. But I have to absolutely be very particular about the design of it. Number 29, I am obsessed with lip balm. I will admit it. I am obsessed with lip balm. I just love it. I wear it all the time. It's my most favorite thing. I don't know if I could live without it. Number 30, I love all things home renovation related. Fixing things up, installing things, repairing things, redoing things. Love it. I definitely would consider myself a very handy woman. One of the goals that I have in my life is to flip a house. I would love to flip a house, and I will make that happen one day. Number 31, my favorite holiday is Christmas. Number 32, I have a scar on my eyebrow here from tripping and falling as a kid and smacking my head on the corner of a metal toolbox. Number 33, if I could live anywhere, I would live in England or on the east coast of Canada. Number 34, I have struggled with something called sleep paralysis in my life. It is one of the most horrifying things one could ever experience. It's basically when you're waking up and your body is still asleep, like your muscles are still asleep, but you're awake and you cannot move. You literally, like, you're conscious of the fact that you are now awake, but you cannot physically move your body. And it can be especially scary because you're often still in a dreamlike state, so some people will hallucinate. I've never really ever hallucinated. Once I did, and that's a story in and of itself. It was terrifying. My brothers and I have all actually experienced this, and it was worse when I was a teenager. I don't really get it as much anymore, but I find that I will more likely get it if I take a nap in the afternoon, and that's one of the reasons why I don't take naps. Number 35, I have always been very artistic ever since I was a kid. I love drawing, I love painting, I love anything creative and artsy and crafty, and probably my favorite form of art is portraiture. Number 36, I love computers. Troubleshooting, some self-taught HTML, CSS, and coding and that sort of thing. I just love computers. Number 37, I love cloudy, rainy days. They are some of my favorite days. Number 38, my favorite food on the planet is and always has been anything potato related, especially mashed potatoes. Number 39, my favorite flower is lily of the valley, and I also really like chrysanthemums. Number 40, when I was in high school, I wanted to become a pastry chef, and I also considered being a graphic designer. Number 41, I cannot eat rubbery seafood. I like some seafood, I can do some fish and that sort of thing, but shrimp or escargot or calamari, I cannot eat. I just do not like the texture of it. When I was in France, we ordered escargot at a restaurant, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna eat this escargot. My body literally rejected the fact that I was trying to chew this snail. It was absolutely, it was so gross. I just can't do it. Number 42, if I want something, I will almost always find a way to get it or make it happen. Number 43, my nails and my hair grow really, really fast. Number 44, I would not consider myself a sports person or someone who gets into sports very easily or anything like that, but if there is one sport that I actually really, really like and I can really get into, it's UFC. I have no idea why, but I love watching fights. And I remember it was that fight with Ronda Rousey with the other girl from last year. I think it was last year. I forget who she fought, but it was like such an intense fight. And Ronda Rousey got like just totally obliterated. And I'm not even like a huge fan of anyone in particular, but it just like, it affected me. That fight affected me deeply. Number 45, I used to love watching horror movies up until I saw Paranormal Activity when I was in college, and it completely ruined them for me in the sense that I was borderline traumatized. I was so scared, and now I just can't really watch horror movies the same. Oh my god, my face is so itchy. I get really anxious and uncomfortable afterwards. Just fucked me right up. Really seriously freaked me out. Number 46, on the topic of movies, my favorite kind of movies are anything with the world ending or like alien invasions or anything really futuristic or like time travel related. Number 47, I am notorious for driving until the gas in my car is very empty. I will still be driving with the gas light on, and I don't know. I guess it's probably laziness. Yeah. I'm just being really lazy. Number 48, I am very introspective and I have a very introverted side of myself. I tend to overanalyze things a lot and think very deeply about like every angle of a situation. I do also have a very extroverted side, but I would say in terms of how I recharge, I really need to be alone. Number 49, I can sometimes be very impatient, but it's something that I try to work on in my life. And number 50, I love poetry. So those are all of the facts that I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment below if you share any of these facts as well. That would be cool. If you want to share a fun fact about you, that's cool too. And be sure to subscribe to my channel for weekly videos, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Really, really helpful because we are surrounded by so many electronics which do the opposite. They emit all kinds of crazy things.